Hey guys, what's up? It's CodeGamer1 here with a video, an informational video about something pretty cool that I've drawn up coming in a couple weeks here. So I got some time to prepare and make preparations for it. Um, I'm going to be doing my own little Daytona Speedweeks on my Twitch page, which you can find right here. CodeGamer1, that's my Twitch handle. You can go to twitch.tv/CodeGamer1, exactly how it's written there, and it'll take you to my Twitch page. Just click the follow button, and you'll be notified whenever I go live, either by email or push notification on your phone, whatever you have set up on your Twitch account. Here is the schedule that I'm going to be doing for my Daytona Speed Weeks, and I'm kind of going to explain things as I go here. It's going to be a lot to take in right away, and if there's stuff you guys really want to see, I would take note of it, write it down, put it in your phone somewhere to have an alert go off telling you that's the stream that you want to see. So I'm going to go like this really quick. All right. So I've got everything here in a notepad here. What times I'm going to be streaming everything for my Daytona Speed Weeks. It's going to consist of real life stuff and iRacing streams. Now, for the real life stuff, Twitch used to not allow you to stream if you didn't have gameplay on the stream of a game or iRacing, because I don't consider iRacing a game; it's a simulation. But it's still considered technically a game on Twitch. Now they have a setting where when you choose your game, you can just choose creative, where you can kind of do your own thing. You don't necessarily need gameplay on the screen. So here's the schedule. Friday, February 17th, I'm going to be live at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time to kick off CodeGamer1's Daytona Speed Weeks with the Clash Daytona Practice Hangout stream. And what these Hangout streams are going to be is I'm going to put my webcam in front of me. I'm going to have the chat next to me for the stream, and I'm going to be watching the races or the practices or qualifyings as they happen, but I will not be showing my screen. You'll only see me. So it's kind of going to be a hangout reaction type stream. So you can have the race up at your own place because it's free to watch if you have cable. The race or the practice or whatever up. Oh, it's not free to watch. You have to have a cable package. But you can have the race up, and you can have my Twitch stream up on your iPad or your laptop or even your phone. And we can just kind of hang out as we watch the stuff and enjoy Daytona Speed Weeks. So 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, Friday, February 17th. Things are going to kick off for the streams. And we're going to be hanging out for the Clash at Daytona practice, the first practice for that. Well, I think there's 2 practices that night, actually, and I'm going to be streaming through both of them because there's not that much of a break in between the practices. And the Clash at Daytona is basically the shootout this year before the actual season starts. Saturday, February 18th is where the streams will actually start to get good because there's actually some on-track racing going on. 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be live with the Daytona 500 practice hangout. That's the Daytona 500 practice, not the Clash at Daytona practice. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a break because there's a longer break in between the practices. And then I'll come back live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another Daytona 500 practice. And then I will, I think it rolls right in, but I wanted to have the time on here, so if you don't want to watch the practices, you know when to come watch. 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing a hangout for the ARCA 200 race. Now, there's an actual name for that race, but it's the ARCA race. 200 miles, 80 laps. Just come hang out. We can have some fun. If you want to sync up, there will be points where I can kind of say where I am watching it, and then you can pause it and then play it when you're synced up with me, so you can watch it at the same time as I'm watching it on the stream, because there's a little bit of a stream delay. Um, and then at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, there's going to be a little bit of a break between these races, I expect. So these will be two separate streams. I will be live for the Clash at Daytona, which is the actual shootout race. And I should have that in caps because I have all the races in caps, but whatever. Sunday, February 19th, there's not going to be as much that I'm live for. 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be live for Daytona 500 pole qualifying. Monday, February 20th, is when the week switches over on iRacing. There's no actual on-track action in real life, practices, qualifying, anything. So at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when the week switches over, I'm going to be doing all kinds of races from Daytona. A class, B class, C class. You'll get trucks, you'll get Xfinity, you'll get the Cup cars. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll be live for at least a few hours, if not longer. I plan to be live very late that night, so that's when things are going to kick off on the iRacing front. Tuesday, February 21st, again, there's no on-track action at Daytona in real life. So starting at noon Eastern Standard Time, I will be live for A, B, and C class races throughout the day. At least for a few hours again. And I might stop at some point to go eat dinner, and then I'll be live again in the evening probably. That's probably how Tuesday's going to go. Wednesday, February 22nd is when the... Oh, a little bit of OCD there. Is when the iRacing Daytona 500s kick off. Let me just check something really quick. I'm actually blocking some of this stuff on the screen, so I'm sorry if I've been blocking any of this. I'll go all the way up and do this really quick. So if you couldn't see what was at the top there, that's what's at the top. But we're to Wednesday now, right here. 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the iRacing stuff is really going to get good. That's when the iRacing Daytona 500s start. So at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern, I will be live for the iRacing Daytona 500, the kickoff Daytona 500, and that's going to be fixed setup race. And then I'm going to take a little break in between the streams probably, and then I'll be back at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the first open setup Daytona 500. Then we're going to roll right into Thursday, February 23rd, where on-track action at Daytona returns. At 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or noon, I'll be live for the Daytona duels practices. There's one, and then there's like a 5-minute break in between them. And then there's going to be another practice. And I believe those practices end about 5 minutes before 2 o'clock. So that's going to roll right into the iRacing Daytona 5, the next iRacing Daytona 500, which is going to be an open setup race. And I'll be running in that. There's some truck series practices throughout the day, I think, but I'd rather stream the iRacing Daytona 500 than truck series practice, because there's actually an iRacing Daytona 500 going on. I feel like you guys would rather watch racing action than practice action. So, especially when it's not the top tier NASCAR series. And then at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will probably be a little bit of a break between the iRacing Daytona race and this race. I will be going live again for the Daytona Duels races, actually. And then we can hang out and enjoy the duels and see where everybody qualifies, who makes the race and who doesn't. Friday, February 24th is when the big races start for the weekend. Starting at noon Eastern Standard Time, that's when I'm going to go live. There's going to be a stream for the NASCAR Xfinity and Cup practices that will be running throughout the afternoon. Then at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there's going to be a Camping Road Truck Series qualifying stream. And at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time will be the Next Era Energy Resources 250-mile race. And that's the Camping World Truck Series race. And throughout the day, when there's no on-track action at Daytona actually going on, I will be once again streaming A, B, and C class races throughout the day to kind of fill in the downtime. And then Saturday, February 25th, at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be streaming for the Xfinity Series qualifying. And after that, we're going to hopefully roll right into the iRacing Daytona 500. This will be a fixed setup race. Not quite sure that Xfinity Series qualifying is going to be done right when that session goes up. But it should be, I would think. But there's a warm-up before those races, and I assume qualifying is going to be done before these races. But I don't know. We'll kind of play that by how things are going. I want to stream for the entire Xfinity Series qualifying. And then, again, Saturday is going to be an iffy day because this stuff is going to have to line up perfectly. I'll be live for the PowerShares Triple Q 300, which is the Xfinity Series race. But again, if the iRacing Daytona 500 is running late, I'm going to stay with that, and then we'll switch over to the race afterwards. I'll have that race set to record, so if I am late, I can start watching it and then fast forward some commercials and stuff. So if you guys also want to watch that race with me, I would recommend you set that to record as well if you're going to watch my iRacing Daytona 500, and then we can sync up and watch it together. We should be caught up before halfway in the race, probably, I would think. And then the big day, Sunday, February 26th. There's going to be 2 iRacing Daytona 500s that day. The first at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be the open setup race for the day. And at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the big race, the Daytona 500, the real one, not on iRacing. I will be streaming for the entirety of that race. Come hang out, chill, we'll have a good time. And then to finish off CodeGamer1's Daytona Speedweeks on Twitch at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will have the final iRacing Daytona 500 of the week, and that will be a fixed setup race once again. So I'm planning on running in actually 6 iRacing Daytona 500s, 3 fixed races and 3 open races, and then all of this on-track action at Daytona. There's a few sessions that I'm cutting out, like truck practice and Xfinity practice, in favor of doing actual stuff on iRacing. But I feel like I'm getting a good majority of the stuff on this schedule that you guys would want to see at each time. So I hope you guys are excited for it. Again, the Hangout streams, I will not be showing the actual races. That's copyrighted content belonging to NASCAR. There might be a little audio that you can hear, but I'm going to try and keep that pretty low so you can't hear it on the stream, actually. So, yeah, come hang out, make note of what you guys want to see. So you're in the stream when I'm actually streaming the stuff. This is going to be a pretty hard schedule, I think, other than the Saturday where it's going to be kind of iffy, the start times of stuff. But all of this stuff has set times, so you should know exactly when I'm going to be live. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys there. The iRacing stuff will probably be on YouTube afterwards. At least the Daytona 500s, not the A, B, and C races, probably. And I might have a highlights video that I edit together of all the Hangout streams, but I'm not sure on that. So, I know this has been a long-winded video, guys, but I hope you guys are excited. I have no idea how long I've been recording. 14 minutes. A lot of information to get to you guys, but if you want, you could really just skim through all the stuff. But yeah, hope you guys are excited, and I will see you for Daytona Speed Weeks and whatever I stream and put on YouTube before that. So, have a good one, everybody.